9. My bad.
Adequate notice of this meeting was provided and published in the Asbury Park Press and the Ocean Star on January 12, 2024. Copies of the agenda were provided to the newspaper, posted on public bulletin boards and the Township website.
Thank you. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Here.
Councilwoman Pontoriero. Here. Councilwoman DeYoung. Councilman Feinman.
Here.
Councilwoman Travers. Vice President Ambrosino. President Menachino.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can we all rise to salute the flag in a moment of silence, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I get a motion and a second to approve the minutes for July 23rd, please.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Abstain.
Councilwoman Pontoriero.
Yes.
Councilman Feinman.
Yes.
President Menachino.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. This brings us to a consent agenda.
All matters listed under item consent agenda will be enacted by one motion in the form listed below. If discussion is desired on any item, this item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately.
Thank you. 4-1.
Authorize receipt of bids for Normandy Beach Roadway Elevation Project Phase 2.
This resolution authorizes the receipt of bid for Phase 2 of the Normandy Beach Roadway Elevation Project. Streets to be elevated in this bid are Normandy Beach Drive, Arrow Court, Broad Avenue. The project includes roadway elevation, including but not limited to fill importation, drainage reconstruction, concrete work, roadway reconstruction, resurfacing, and the site restoration. Phase 1 of this was completed in recent years, and in a shared service with Toms River, this phase extends the scope. Thank you. 4-2.
Authorize receipt of bids for Brick Beach 3 concession building repairs.
Councilman Albanese.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the receipt of bids for repairs to Brick Beach 3 concession building. The project consists of replacement of existing concrete columns that support the roof structure of portions of the concession building, replacement of attic vents and soffit vents, replacement of glass block windows, miscellaneous masonry, and cedar siding repairs.
Thank you. 4-3.
Authorize request for proposals for preservation architectural services.
Councilman Feinman.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the request for proposals for preservation architectural services. The Township is preparing to use grant money from the Community Development Block Grant Program to make repairs to the Historical Society Hulse House on Herbertsville Road. Because of the nature of these repairs, an architect that specializes in preservation is required. Thank you.
Thank you. 4-4.
Authorize award of contract for 2024 pavement markings various locations.
Councilwoman Pontoriero.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes an award of contracts in the amount of $125,000 to Jan Sleaze and Son, located in Scotch Plains, for the construction of pavement markings, traffic lines, as well as painted or thermoplastic symbols at various locations on municipal roadways and public property. The work sites are various locations throughout the municipal streets and public complexes, including but not limited to Greenbrier, Greenbrier 2, Princeton Commons, the municipal complex, Civic Plaza parking lot, Brick Beach 1, Brick Beach 3 parking lots, Sun Point Sports Complex parking lot, Wedgewood, Duquesne Boulevard, and Worthington Gardens. Thank you.
Thank you. 4-5.
Authorize award of contract for roadway improvements to Cherry Quay Phase 2.
This resolution authorizes the award of contract in the amount of $446,913.13 to Earl Asphalt Company, Farmingdale, for Phase 2 of the roadway improvements to Cherry Quay Roadway Improvement Project. The project generally consists of resurfacing of Tiller Lane, and Royal Drive, as well as concrete and drainage improvements where deemed necessary. Bid notices were provided to 78 prospective bidders from our bidders list, and 5 bids were received, with Earl being the lowest responsible bidder. Thank you. 4-6.
Authorize award of contract for purchase and delivery of one 2025 or newer Peterbilt 520 through Sourcewell National Cooperative System.
Councilman Feynman.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the award of contract in the amount of $416,557 for the purchase and delivery of one 2025 Peterbilt 520 RH Drive tandem axle cab and chassis with a 66,000-pound gross vehicle weight. This truck is being purchased through the Sourcewell National Cooperative Program. Thank you.
Thank you. 4-7.
Authorize award of contract for purchase and delivery of one 2025 Peterbilt 567 through Sourcewell National Cooperative System.
Councilman Feynman.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes the award of contract in the amount of $329,116.35 for the purchase and delivery of one 2025 Peterbilt 567 tandem axle cab and chassis with a 66,000-pound gross vehicle weight. This truck is being purchased through the Sourcewell National Cooperative Program. Thank you.
Thank you. 4-8.
Authorize award of contract for purchase and delivery of one 2024 Ford F-150 Super Crew Cab 4x4 pickup.
This resolution authorizes the award of a contract in the amount of $45,359 for the purchase and delivery of one 2024 Ford F-150 Super Crew Cab 4x4 pickup truck. This truck is being purchased through the State of New Jersey Cooperative Purchasing Program. 4-9.
Authorize sale of surplus personal property, solar and Class 1 renewable energy certificates, SRECs.
Thank you. Councilman Albanese.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the sale of Township solar renewable energy credits and Class 1 renewable energy certificates through a public auction. The Township of Brick intends to utilize the online auction services of Flet Exchange LLC. At this time, there are solar renewable energy certificates from the Township rooftop and parking lot solar panels to auction on Flet Exchange website. In addition, there will be renewable energy certificates from the wind turbine located at Drum Point Sports Complex. The Township previously utilized Flet Exchange LLC for the sale of solar renewable energy certificates through public auction and received $35,872.50.
Thank you. 4-10.
Authorize change order number 5 for Police Special Operations Garage.
Councilwoman Pontarera.
Thank you again, Council President. This resolution authorizes contract closeout change order number 5 with Gavin General Contracting for the Police Special Operations Department garage located in the rear of Town Hall. This change order reflects a contract decrease in the amount of $400 and officially closes the job and returns the performance bond posted for this project. Thanks.
Thank you. 4-11.
Authorize memorandum of understanding for salt marsh enhancement and restoration.
This resolution authorizes a memorandum of understanding with the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection for the Salt Marsh Enhancement and Restoration Project. The township received a grant in the amount of $4,997,120.75 for a living shoreline tidal salt marsh vegetation restoration project in the Foresight Refuge. The township has a 5.62% match for this grant, which can be 100% in-kind service by the township engineers, township planner, and other township staff. Thank you. 4-12.
Authorize memorandum of utilization of the Ocean County Sheriff's Law Enforcement Training Facility.
Thank you. Councilwoman Pontarera.
Thank you. This resolution is authorizing a memorandum of understanding with the Ocean County Sheriff's Department for the Township Police Department, our police officers, to utilize the county's training facility efficiency. Thank you.
Thank you. 4-13.
Authorize firemen's exemption certificates: A, Bretton Woods Fire Company number 1, B, Herbertsville Fire Company number 1, C, Laurelton Fire Company number 1, and D, Pioneer Hose Fire Company.
Thank you. 414.
Authorize special events permit St. Dominic's Church Parish Car Wash.
Councilman-
Car show, sorry.
That's okay. Councilman Feinman.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes a special event permit for the St. Dominic Church Car Show that was held on August 9th at the church. The permit was reviewed and internally approved by Traffic Safety, the Fire Bureau, and Safety Inspector prior to the event. Thank you.
Thank you. 415.
Authorize special events permit St. Dominic's Parish Feast Day Procession event.
Councilman Albanese.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes a special events permit for St. Dominic's Parish Feast Day Procession that was held on August 11th at the church. The permit was reviewed and internally approved by Traffic Safety, the Fire Bureau, and Safety Inspector prior to the event.
Thank you. 416.
Authorize special events permit Beacon 70 Laurelton Fire Company for fundraiser.
Councilwoman Pontarera.
Thank you again. This resolution authorizes a special permit for a fundraising event to benefit Laurelton Fire Company. It's scheduled for August 18th at Beacon 70 from 1 to 8 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you. 417.
417A is a maintenance bond release for Block 36, Lot 12. B is an inspection fund release for Block 547, Lot 28. C is an inspection fund release for Block 589, Lot 1.01. And D is an inspection fund release for Block 757, Lot 1.
Thank you. 418.
Thank you. This is tax overpayment for 2024 at Block 842, Lot 27.
Thank you. This ends our consent agenda. Can I get a motion in a second?
Motion.
Second.
Thank you. Open to council. Seeing none. Close council. Open to public for questions on the resolutions only. Yes, sir.
Sam Foster, 108 Teagle Drive. Just want to say, before I begin, I want to ask if you could, if there's a problem with the microphones tonight, is there a problem? Because some of the words when somebody was speaking, I couldn't really hear you well. Might just be me, but if it's possible, could you move closer to the microphone when speaking? Because, all of you, actually. Yeah, especially when I watch it on TV, the council meetings on TV, sometimes I can't hear very well, but I have a hearing loss anyway. So anyway, I have a question about 4.6 and 4.7, the purchase of the two new vehicles. Are these being, I might not have heard properly, but why are the vehicles being purchased? Are they being purchased to replace the current vehicles or to supplement their current vehicles?
So we do both, Mr. Foster. We are proactive in making sure we add to our fleet each year throughout the capital budget, so it may not, we hope to be able to replace it before a vehicle comes completely out of service. Sometimes we're able to do that successfully, and other times the vehicle that this is technically replacing hasn't made it to when we get the replacement. So it's a combination of both.
Okay, another question is just maybe, I don't know, maybe governments do it differently, but years ago I used to subscribe to like Consumer Reports, and they always advise when people buy a car to buy a one that's like 1 year old, because the depreciation value is so great. Once you leave the dealership with that new car, it depreciates so much in value that it's really more beneficial financially to buy like 1 year instead of 2025 or whatever. But I know this is halfway through 2024, but is this something that the council, township decides to do, or did you get a good deal on this, or?
Yes, so we got a great deal because it's on state contract.
Yeah.
We did get a very good deal because it's on state contract, so the state does all of the preliminary work, making sure we get the best prices and the best options, and then we just go through state contract to do it. So it does save us a lot of time and energy, and it's very cost efficient.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else? Yes, Ms. Cole.
Nan Call. This isn't on, I think. While Mr. Sam, can't think of the last name, was speaking, he was talking about not hearing it at home. But it was hard to hear, and it wasn't just you. you have a reason that you do at times, but I don't hear anything coming back from this now. So do you hear it as if the microphone is on?
I hear you okay.
You hear?
Yeah.
Well, from back where I was, and I don't hear it resounding. At any rate, what I actually wanted to talk about is 4.4, pavement markings at various locations. There's a real problem with pavement markings, and amongst the collection of places you mentioned is Greenbrier 2, and there are things specific to Greenbrier 2. Another place that there are difficult markings is exiting onto Route 70 from the Walmart shopping lot. It is absolutely awful. There are a lot of the markings that were newly put in, but they are going to cause serious problems. The markings coming out of Greenbrier 2, they have changed it so that if you want to go to make a right turn, you have to go past the left turn. But if you're going to turn left, as I do, as soon as I get out of the parking lot, it is so confusing. It shouldn't be like that. And I think it's high time that the townships and of Ocean County, along with the Ocean County road supervisor, which would be a county person down in Toms River, you need to sit down and take a look at the mischief that you're getting up to with those markings. It's just absolutely awful how they do it, and they mix it up. And just take a look. Try riding around. Take a busman's holiday some night around 10 o'clock and see what it's like. And the markings are generally only on the roadway, and you don't see them as the driver. So it's something that I think we should start as a group and as representatives for us to do, to address things. I think it behooves you to talk to the other towns in the county and have some time set aside that you look at the roads, because many of them are really county roads, but whoever pays attention to them, nobody.
Thank you. Anybody else from public on the resolutions only? Yes, sir.
It's a short statement. Stephen Brill, Evergreen Woods Park. The Brick Township Town Council must formalize its position as to the New Jersey Turnpike Authority, New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection, the Ocean County Commissioners, from providing relief from the increased noise that resulted from the Garden State Parkway shoulder widening and Exit 91 projects. I therefore ask this council of our elected representatives to pass a resolution codifying their stance either for or against further Brick Township involvement in ameliorating the adverse impact upon Brick Township community by the New Jersey Turnpike Authority, New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection, and Ocean County Commissioners from cars, trucks, and motorcycles over the health of its residents from the Garden State Parkway. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brill. Anybody else from public, please? Seeing none, close public, roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontoriero.
Yes.
Councilman Feinman.
Yes.
President Menachino.
Yes,
Thank you.
this brings us to our computer bill resolution.
Be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Brick that the following bills be paid and that the mayor and clerk be and are hereby authorized to draw orders on the treasurer for the amounts of the same. Computer bill resolution in the amount of $1,466,761.73.
Thank you. Can I get a motion in a second, please?
Motion.
Second.
Open to council. Seeing none, close council. Open to public for computer bill resolutions. Seeing none, close public, roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontoriero.
Yes.
Councilman Feinman.
Yes.
President Menachino.
Yes,
Thank you.
This brings us to our manual bill resolution.
Be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Brick that the following bills be paid and that the mayor and clerk be and are hereby authorized to draw orders on the treasurer for the amounts of the same. Manual bill resolution in the amount of $2,133,485.93.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and a second?
Motion.
Second.
Thank you. Open to council. Seeing none, close council. Open to public for questions on the manual bill. Seeing none, close public. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontoriero.
Yes.
Councilman Feynman.
Yes.
President Menachino.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. This brings us to our public comments.
Please note that each person addressing the council during any section of the meeting during which public comment is permitted shall limit his or her remarks to 5 minutes pursuant to Brick Township Administrative Code, Section 2-33B.
Thank you. Anybody from public? Yes, sir, Mr. Foster.
Sam Foster, 108 Chico Drive. 3 quick questions.
Mr. Foster,
oh.
you're the only one I can't hear.
Really? You
Yeah.
can't hear me? Oh, wow. That's unusual. Everybody says I'm too loud, actually.
Thank you.
Like Chester said, Sam, shut up. They were stormed last week. Sam. I said, I'm sorry. Okay, how about now?
Perfect. Thank
Okay,
you.
all right, thank you. Yeah, 3 quick questions. First is about hurricanes. I can't remember what we did during the Hurricane Sandy, but do we have like a designated shelter in case of someone being fearful of the flood waters? Like I know that I volunteered actually at the Brick Pal site on Drum Point Road. But is there like when a hurricane is coming, is there some place where citizens can go if they're like in a flood area, or are they pretty much stuck there? Because at the Brick Pal Center, they were giving out food and free meals and letting people charge their phones.
So we have an Office of Emergency Management, and they will work with different entities or agencies in town based on where the event is hitting and what's needed. So
Yeah.
it's not always in one specific location, but it's most likely going to be in a location like PAL or a school that could accommodate
Yeah.
whatever is needed for various different types of events.
Okay.
Magnitude of them, how long they last, and where they're most likely going to hit.
Yeah, I did meet the FEMA agents when I was volunteering over at the Pal Center. Okay, I was just curious about that. Second is, I used to, well, I eat out a lot because I can't cook very well, and my favorite restaurants have been closing down. Latest one is Quaker Steak. Do we have anything like a committee in town that would advise the council, or would have the authority to go out and try to get businesses to lease buildings? Like Mayor Ducey did a great job with the Lavoltes, which I love that store, Lavoltes, and Trader Joe's and Lidl's, which I also love. She did really great work with that. But do we have is a committee of citizens allowed to go out, or would that be something to do that the township government officials would do?
So we take suggestions. People we did a survey last year. I got a lot of recommendations. I also have my mayor's student advisory. They give me a lot of recommendations. And then people also email me and can call and give recommendations. And what we've done, or what I've done over the last year, is we've reached out to a lot of places that people are interested in having here in town. We've reached out to Hobby Lobby, which is a big one. We've reached out twice and had some communication with them that we would like them to take over the old Christmas tree shops because we feel like that's a good spot for them. We've had a recommendation from people to get a Raising Cane's, and they're going to actually be filling in that spot where you just spoke of, the Quaker Steak.
That's what I
So
heard in the
we do
newspaper.
actively reach out. We've also reached out to the Philly Pretzel Factory. A lot of people have asked to see if we could get one of those in town. And our first goal is to fill vacant property, so we offer up areas that we have available. And I've actually spoken to property owners to see what their intent is and to give them some guidance of what the people in town are looking for. So we do
Okay.
have an active, we don't have a group of people that get together to do that, but I certainly take all suggestions, and
Okay,
I'm
now-
very open to speaking with property owners.
I don't think you'd want my suggestion.
What's your suggestion?
Hooters. I know you wouldn't. You know, it's funny, they used to have one over 35 in Monmouth
Do we
County.
have, is there an open space you think that would be appropriate for?
Hey, as close to my house as possible. you know?
All right, well, we'll take a look.
No, it's fine. You know, some communities don't like them because they had one in 35, And I says, what happened? Because they opened up a new store now. And I said, what happened to Hooters? He says, well, the town didn't think that was a good fit for our community. Yeah, it'll save me my drive to Atlantic City. I'm tempted to gamble. Hey, I'm staying away from the strip club still. I'm staying away from the strip
True,
club. Final question is, status at the Food Town site?
So they actually, the group that is working on what was formerly the Sports Dome, but now is the Sports, I guess, Center, we would call it, did come in for final approval, from what I understand, and they have the go-ahead to get started, so.
Do you know any anticipation on when the start date would be?
No,
We get
they
an
didn't give
indication.
any
They didn't give any indication, but on the town side, we have given them the thumbs up to get started.
Okay, because I
Yeah.
do know the Aldi's is great. I love Aldi's.
Yeah.
It's a lot less, the smaller one, the one that they had in Brick was really cramped. I used to go to Howell because it was bigger, but I really love Aldi's. They have great prices.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Little plug for the business in town.
there you go.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry for about mentioning Hooters. I didn't
Oh,
mean to
no.
upset anyone.
Listen, I take all recommendations and suggestions.
Anyone else from public, please? Yes, Mr. Brill.
Stephen Brill, Evergreen Woods Park. I have tried to view the town council meeting minutes for June 25th, 2024, but they have not been posted on the township's website. This is not the only incident where township council meeting minutes have not been available. I should not have to submit an Oprah request to see these documents. The Open Public Meetings Act, also known as the Sunshine Law, regarding meeting minutes, NJSA 10:4-14. Minutes of the meetings, availability to public, Part C. Although no hard and fast definition of promptly available exists, in one case, a court determined that promptly available meant 2 weeks following any regular meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else? Ms. Cole?
Nan Call, 18 Greenbrier Boulevard. And one thing that I had meant to do at the previous time I came to the microphone was I realized that it's been a long time since anybody gave thanks and appreciation to particularly our town clerk, the council secretary, the business administrator in particular. They are the people that really keep the town functioning and allow us to have our public comment and get it noticed. Then the question of Sandy. Number one, everybody who can hear my voice on the recorded message or what have you, make sure that you check about Nixle Alert, Nixle. That will send it to, if you have a cell phone, it will send it to a cell phone for any emergency, and it comes, I think, possibly from our own police, law enforcement people about disasters that are about to happen, have happened, crashes that occur and cause backup on the traffic. It's quite helpful in that respect. And I fear that we may be getting ready for another Sandy based upon what the weather pattern has been recently, and it would behoove you. But we never did have a good alert system for where to go for shelters when we had Sandy. It was hit and miss. There were places designated, but there was never enough. Fortunately, there was a lot of interest that happened at these meetings. People came up, people from everyday walks of life came to these meetings after Sandy. Somebody was a head chef at a big restaurant and came and they offered their services. There was a chef, there was a business person to handle that too. and they got it. And there was one of the then council members was so grateful that young school-age children, well, they weren't really children in that definition, they were young adults. And he said that his heart was so touched because everything at his home, which was on the water, was destroyed. And here came a young girl with a bit of soup to offer to him, and he was so appreciative of it. That word got out by these meetings and people talking about what their skills were and what they would do, and they set up the space in Epiphany. They had people come from Pennsylvania even. They were not the Amish, they were the Mennonites, I guess they were. And they set up even doing laundry in the visitation area. So those are things really you need to talk about and think about, because we don't have the proper setup of designated disaster recovery places and shelters. And we didn't even then, and it's hard. It's very difficult for them.
Thank you. Anyone else from public, please? Yes, sir.
Yes, John McConaughey, 125 Valencia Drive. Was actually here at the meeting of the 25th of June to discuss the brick MUA project that caused over $400,000 worth of damage in our area. I'm actually following on to what the last gentleman had to say about availability of meeting minutes. I wanted to look at the council minutes to refer to something that was said that day, and found that the council meeting minutes from that meeting aren't posted. They're the only ones missing from the last 2 years. And as I understand it, they are required under the Sunshine Law, the Open Public Records Act. I sent everyone on the council and mayor an email just asking them to get them posted and or send them to me. To date, I never heard anything. I did receive an email from the mayor in response to a second part of that in regards to the issue that we had with Brick MUA, but nothing else. Nothing mentioned about the meeting minutes. It seems kind of strange to me. So I'm here tonight solely for the reason that no one would respond. And I think that that's really not a good thing. So I'll ask the question, how does anyone get a copy of these minutes? Are you going to post them? Are you going to send them? Or what's going on?
Madam Clerk?
Yes, thank you. The day after the council meeting, every Wednesday, I forward to the IT department the minutes to be posted on the website. It was brought to my attention that some of them were missing by Mr. Brill, maybe like 2 weeks ago. I forwarded them again, and I thought that they were posted now.
As of, if I could speak, just
Yeah,
to
of course.
let you know,
Mhm.
as of this afternoon, they were not posted. And again, I sent a simple email request. All somebody had to do was say, they're in the process of being posted, or here they are. That's all I asked for. And I was disappointed.
I apologize for that. I didn't check. I thought that somebody told me that they were definitely posted. I mean, you can always request them from me at any time.
Now I know who to
Yeah.
contact, because I didn't get any response on the other.
Yeah. I don't know that it's required that they be posted on the website.
I think they've
But-
got to be available.
Yes, and they are available. They're
But-
definitely available.
But if you ask and you don't get a response, then they're not available.
Yeah, I apologize. I don't know who you requested them from, but I didn't
Again,
receive that
everybody
request.
on the council and the mayor.
I have to admit, I didn't notice that you had requested the minutes. I was
It was in
focused
that
on
same
the,
email.
I was focused on the other part of your question, and I honestly, I didn't notice that you asked for the minutes, if I'm being honest. So I apologize to that.
Thank you. I know.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else from public, please? Seeing none, close public. Mrs. Bergen.
I have nothing further, but we will certainly take care of the website and the minutes. Our
Thank you.
apologies.
Mayor?
Same. I honestly didn't notice, I was reading the other part of the email, and I didn't notice the part about the minutes. Just a few announcements. I just wanted to announce, I know it was rainy last week, but our Traders Cove concert series will be back on track this week. So we hope that you can join us down at Traders Cove tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. for what is now going to be our first concert of the season, the Basso Brothers. And again, that starts at 7 p.m. tomorrow at Traders Cove. On the 21st, the following Wednesday, we have Kick and Wing. It's a new band, and we're hoping they're going to be fantastic. And then finally, Strictly 60s, who was supposed to play last week, but was unable to due to the rain, will be playing the final week of August on the 28th. So we hope you can join us down at Traders Cove. It's a wonderful concert series, very relaxed. Bring your lawn chairs, hang out by the water. It's lovely. So I hope to see you there beginning tomorrow night. Also, this Saturday, we have our next Pick Up Brick volunteer opportunity. It's going to be at the airport track, which is located off of Drum Point Road. There's an entrance off of Drum Point Road where you can park and join us in that area to pick up some garbage and to have a nice walk in nature. If you would like to volunteer, you've got a couple of options. You can either call Vin Palmieri and let him know that you or your group would like to attend, or you can just show up Saturday morning. We'll be meeting at 10 a.m. You don't have to bring anything. If you have a bucket, you can certainly bring your own bucket, but we do offer everyone fresh gloves each time. And, it's a good time to walk around in nature, and the airport track is actually beautiful. So if you don't live on that side of town and you'd like to walk a new trail while helping out the environment, we welcome you to join us. And finally, even though I know we have a meeting between now and September 7th, I just want everyone to know that our townwide yard sale is taking place on the 7th. It's one of my favorite times of year. I love a bargain and I love shopping, so I love going to different homes throughout that day. If you would still like to get on board with that, you can visit the website and get your house on the map. The map is up already for you to take a look at and see what's out there. There's a lot of people who will be having their goods for sale that day. And also, if you're out shopping that day and you feel like you need a break, you can stop by Havens Homestead. The Historical Society is having their ice cream social that day from 12 to 3, so you can stop by and get a nice ice cream treat in between your shopping spree or extravaganza or whatever you want to call it. So thank you so much, and I hope everyone has a great evening.
Thank you. Mr. Keneally? Thank you. Madam Clerk?
Nothing else, thank you.
Madam Secretary?
No, thank you.
Councilman Albanese?
Nothing.
Councilwoman Pontarera?
I just want to extend my apologies to Mr. O'Connor, because I cannot go on, I'm sorry. I thought that your inquiry was just fine for me to speak of. It's not normal for council members, so look for the event being posted. So when I made a follow-up call, I was told there was a glitch, they were doing it again, but because it's not anything I have my hands on, I'm not trying to say anything. I don't know what happened. But these are all the 10 years I've been on council. This is the first time that it has ever happened. So I know that I can tell that the way you framed the question, that you thought it was odd. I assure you, it was a glitch. No one would withhold postage of these and never seen it. And I don't want you to have that feeling. I am glad that it came to next meeting so that we could respond to the communication. Thank you everyone for coming out. I just want to remind everyone we still have a problem with mental foster children that need homes, in Berkshire County particularly, and Monmouth County now as well. 1-800-NJ-AGREES if you feel that you have something in the home and looking at heart for a child who needs a temporary guardian. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Feynman?
Thank you, Council President. So, you ever have like old coins hanging around and you wonder if they're going to be of value? Well, worry no more, because the answers are going to be at the public library on Saturday, August 17th. Introduction to Coin Collecting. Okay, so if you have like old coins, you're curious to find a little more information about, you can go there with your coins. I don't think they're gonna give you coins to collect, Perry. I asked on your behalf. And then also, I just want to confirm with the mayor, Meet the Mayor event on Friday, August 23rd at the library.
Yes, that is true.
You failed to mention, so I just want to, it's okay, because
It wasn't keeping it a secret, I just forgot.
well, glad, good thing you have me. So that's Friday, the 23rd, from 10 to 11. Come prepared with all your questions.
I was told there's 9 people signed up so far, which is 9 more than came last time. So really, anything is a bonus.
I don't know if there's room for any more, but, best of luck, and come prepared with your questions, and stay safe and have fun. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next scheduled meeting is Tuesday, August 27, 2024, 7 o'clock here. Can I get a motion and a second to adjourn?
Motion.
All in favor? Aye.